Hello, I am Seamus Dunhu of EVE University, and this is episode 4 of How to Survive EVE Online. In this episode, I will get started on both the industry and the business chains. So I've already talked to the industry agent, and I've accepted the first mission already, and I'm going to fit together a venture for mining. The agent wants me to go to a specific location, mine an asteroid, and bring back some veldspar. There is a specific location associated with this. That's what this location line is about. So there's a specific mission flag that needs to be triggered. I can't complete the mission by just going to a celestial asteroid belt, any old asteroid belt, and mining veldspar. That's not going to work for this mission specifically. So let me fit together a venture. So I'm going to need a couple of mining lasers. Might as well throw on a micro warp drive. I also want to put on a mining laser upgrade, which I don't have the prerequisites for. Okay, so I'm missing mining upgrades level 1. So let me right click this, view market details. I'll buy a copy of that skill book. Close. Train now to level 1. Yes, I want to switch skill training. For the record, it's been about a day since I recorded the previous episode on the exploration chain. Hold on, let me clear some of these windows out. Let me remove Galente Frigate and apply skill points.
Skill training completed.
There. And now I will put back in Galente Frigate. And you know what? That's going to take less than 24 hours. Let me put in some armor stuff then. Hull upgrades. There we go. Hull upgrades level 4. Alright, I'm ready. I'm going to undock. No, wait. I'm going to double check to make sure I actually onlined this silly module. There we go. Now I'm going to undock. Here we are. Now, there are celestial asteroid belts in almost every single solar system, so if I want to stop by one of those real quick, let's see, I'm near planet 6. Let me try here. Asteroid belts. 6 belt 1. There we go.
Warp drive active.
Took me a moment to figure out where it was. So, generally speaking, you can right-click an empty solar system, go to asteroid belts, pick an asteroid belt, warp to it. And look, there's a lot of asteroids that you can mine. But that's not going to work for this mission. So for the mission, you want to go to Agent Missions, Encounter Dead Space, Warp to Location.
Warp drive active.
But if you wanted to go mining without it being mission-related, well, here you are. And your agent wants at least 1,000 units of veldspar. Now, as it turns out, later missions that you're going to do in the industry and business chains will want a little bit more veldspar. Some of them will want tritanium, which is the refined product from veldspar. Okay, target lock, start my mining lasers. Mining lasers cannot be grouped, by the way. Alright, so they're going to want some tritanium, which you get from refining veldspar. So you don't want to mine just the 1,000 that you need for your agent. You're going to want to mine some extra. I'd say more like 6, 7, 8,000 or so. It won't take very long. If you right-click, open ore hold. The Venture only has a 50 cubic meter standard cargo hold, which can hold anything. But it's got a 5,000 cubic meter ore hold, which can hold asteroid ores. I don't remember if it also holds ice products, which is not something I'll cover in this video. But anyway, you can hold up to 5,000 cubic meters of asteroid ore. So my advice to you would be to sit here for about... Oh boy. Killing the Serpentis Scout is optional. You don't have to. I would suggest orbiting the asteroid, so if it starts bothering you... Here, let me save this as another safe spot. If it starts bothering you, at least you're moving, so you're not going to take as much damage. But anyway, it's basically just a waiting game now. I'll skip ahead. One thing I forgot to mention, if you're going to be orbiting the asteroid with a micro-warp drive running, you will first... Your mining lasers only have a range of 10,000 meters. When you orbit anything, really, your orbit's going to actually be a little bit bigger than that, and with a micro-warp drive, it's going to be significantly bigger. So I've given a 6,500 meter orbit command. Alright, like that. That's how I did it. And I told my ship's computer orbit that asteroid at 6,500. But with the micro-warp drive running, I'm actually stable at around 9,300 meters or so. So keep that in mind. Okay, I think I've got enough asteroid ore. I'm going to return to station.
Warp drive active.
By the way, if you you should already have the drone skill at level 1. I probably should have told you to put a drone in your drone bay. The Venture does have a 10 cubic meter drone bay. I should probably have explained how that works. But that's a random NPC pirate that shows up sometimes when you go mining, just generally speaking. It's not actually associated with the mission.
Docking request accepted.
So even if you're mining in the celestial asteroid belts, that sort of thing can still happen. Let me talk to the agent. Turn in the mission. Request the next mission. He wants 150 tritanium. Alright. So let's accept. And close. And right click, open ore hold, drop off the rest of the veldspar. Right click and... You know, I'm going to shift left click and drag. Let me just split out 4,000 of this. Because I forget if I'm going to need raw veldspar later for something else. Reprocess. And I will get 8,300. So go ahead and reprocess that. And then talk to the agent again, because now I have a whole lot of titanium. I can complete that mission. Next, I'll request the next mission. The agent wants me to take a blueprint from him. He'll give me one. And manufacture 2 civilian afterburners. So I'm going to accept. Close. So I'm going to right-click, use blueprint. Game was lagging slightly, but now it's loaded. And I have to make sure I specify job runs 2. So go ahead and then start. And that's going to take about 9 minutes. So while that's going on, I'm going to start the business chain as well. Here, he wants me to deliver something, which is only going to take a cubic meter. So right-click the destination, right-click where you started from, accept the mission. Here are the data sheets he wants you to move, and I'm not going to be doing any mining. Let's use a slightly faster ship. Drag in the data sheets and move. Now this is simple, go there, drop something off, come back, so I'll skip the warps.
Warp drive active.
Alright, I warped to the Stargate, jumped through the Stargate, warped to the station. Now I'm docking in the station.
Requested. Docking request accepted.
And it's the business agent that I'm here for. Complete the mission. Just to refresh my memory, what is the next mission? Okay. So undock and go back to Klolan, or wherever your tutorial hub is.
Docking permission requested. Docking request accepted.
Alright, I've returned to my career path station. I'm going to talk to the business agent. He wants me to go find something, use a salvaging module, and then come back. So click accept, click close. I forget if there's any combat involved. I don't think so. I mean, he gives me a civilian salvager, but we have real salvagers now, which will also work. Let me clear the group. I'm only going to go in with 2 weapons, just in case fighting is involved, but I don't remember. 2 salvagers, 2 weapons. That should be good enough. Balancing the books, set destination. There we go. And it's 3 jumps away. So again, to save time on the video, I'm going to skip ahead, but it's going to be warp to the Stargate, jump into Luce, warp to the next Stargate, jump into Vey, warp to the next Stargate, jump into Raynell, then warp to the encounter. Let's skip ahead. Alright, now I'm in Raynell. Encounter dead space, warp to location.
Warp drive active.
I skipped ahead through the warp, so here's an acceleration gate. Right click, activate gate.
Warp drive active.
Alright, so I'm going to approach this box here, the civilian transport ship. I'll turn on the micro-warp drive for 1 cycle. And there is actually a hostile here, so it's a good thing I brought weapons. Control spacebar. Hold on, let me reapproach the civilian transport shipwreck. Boom! Now, I'm supposed to use salvagers on this thing. Now, with salvagers, there's no hacking minigame, such as with data analyzers and relic analyzers. It's just cycle, let it cycle until it succeeds. In my case, it succeeded on the first pass. So, open the container, loot the black box. Now I'm going to loot this wreck. It's only metal scraps. And as long as I'm here, I might as well salvage, since I've already got the salvagers here. And Control B, I'll save this as a safe spot, just in case I need someplace to run and hide at some distant point in the future. And I forgot to set a destination back, so balancing the books, objective and ancient base, Clelodon, set destination. Now I can follow the Yellow Brick Stargate.
Warp drive active.
I'll skip ahead through the warps and the jumping. Alright, I'm back at my career path station. I'm docking up now.
Permission requested.
And that industry job that we were waiting on, the one that was going to take 9 minutes, should have finished by now. So first thing I'm going to do, open up the industry window, and there it is. You'll have to go to the Jobs tab if it's not already selected. Click Deliver. so now we have 1 meganewton afterburners. Okay, let me turn in this mission. Let me turn in the other mission. Alright, done. Next, I will do the 4th step of the industry chain. So that's making mountains of molehills. Now he wants some tritanium, which I already have, but he also wants me to destroy some rogue drones. So I'll accept that. Close, close. Let me get in my venture. Now, I don't remember exactly how the mission flags work. I don't know if you need to destroy rogue drones and do at least 1 mining cycle. I'll see in a moment. Yeah, I'll use a railgun. And you know what? Let me open the cargo hold of my Atron, hold down the shift key so it's a separate window. I'm going to split out 100 rounds. There we go. I shouldn't need a whole lot. Undock. Right-click, Agent Missions, Mountains and Molehills, Encounter Dead Space. There we go.
Warp drive active.
Alright, there are the rogue drones. Hit the wrong key binding. Alright, shoot the other rogue drone. Done. Right-click. Save location. I'll want to salvage these wrecks later. And let me read the details on the mission. Is there anything else I need? Just the tritanium, and I already have that at station. So,
Warp drive active.
I don't know if you want to mine more veldspar, you can. I'm not going to waste your time.
Docking request accepted.
Alright. Here we go. Let's complete this mission. I'm going to request the next mission. This is another delivery mission. I'm going to hold off on that. So I'm going to click delay for now. And let me talk to the business agent instead. He wants some tritanium. He also wants me to mine ore from a specific location. For this one, you will need a miner and a weapon again, so I'm not going to change out my venture for anything. Alright, I'm going to head right back out.
Warp drive active.
Alright, there's the veldspar asteroid. I'm going to start mining. Let me toggle the mining laser real quick, see if that triggers any flags. And there's this apprentice pirate. No, I don't want to shoot the asteroid. So, when using key bindings or when toggling on modules, it's important to pay attention to where the spinning triangles are. So if you've got two different things target locked, one that you want to mine, one that you want to shoot, you want to keep it straight which one is which. It would not be good to get the two confused. Just going to right-click, save the location as save the wreck as a location, loot the metal scraps, and return to station.
Warp drive active.
There's a blue check mark here, so I'm all good. All I need is titanium, and I've already got that back at station.
Docking permission requested. Docking request accepted.
Alright, so, back in station. Talk to the agent. Complete the mission. Request the next mission. You will want to right-click reprocessing and inject the skill book. If you decide that you like mining and you want to do more of it, then you're also going to want to improve the reprocessing yield, turning asteroid ores into minerals. For example, turning veldspar into titanium. So once you've injected reprocessing, you will then, in your character sheet, here we go, resource processing. Let me switch this to have prerequisites for. Here we go. So you'll probably want to put this in a level or two, if you're interested in that sort of thing. But for the next step, get an encoded data chip. There will be some shooting involved. Destroy the post. Any apprentice. Use your data analyzer. Okay. Close this out. I'll leave this configured as is. Let me get back on my Atron. Oh. By the way, if Alt-F doesn't open the fitting window, it's probably because some other window has focus. So that's why it might not necessarily work. If you want to be sure, left-click the background, then hit Alt-F. Or whatever your key binding for that is. Let me get my third weapon back on here. Where did I put it? Here it is. I also need the civilian data analyzer. There we go. Alright, my ship is fit. I'm gonna undock.
Warp drive active.
Alright, I dropped out of warp on an acceleration gate.
Warp drive active.
I'm going to approach the data storage, pulse the micro warp drive once. Target lock both these things. Control spacebar to stop my ship. Shoot the Serpentis rookie. Boom. Might as well loot that. As long as I've still got a salvager on me, select the rookie. Turn on the salvager. Select the data storage device. Turn on the data analyzer. Alright, 5 steps away, so I'm guessing it's over here somewhere. 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, I gotta get through this thing. By the way, I forgot to mention, so when you're doing the hacking minigame, you're hacking it with a computer virus, which has a coherence and a strength. Your coherence is your hit points. You run out of hit points, you fail the hack, you gotta start over again. Alright, that's looted.
Warp drive active.
Control B, save this as a safe spot. I already took care of the wrecks here.
Docking permission requested. Docking request accepted.
Alright, back in station. Gonna talk to the business agent. Complete the mission. And request the next mission. Alright, now this is also a delivery mission. So start talking to the industry agent again. Let me scroll the item hanger down to the bottom. Right-click, stack all. Right. So I'm going to accept both of these missions now. Both the 5th step of industry and the 5th step of business. Double left-click in the hanger background. Let me drag these down. I'm not going to do any fighting while I'm out there. So I need to make sure I have the crates of electronic parts and the encoded data chip. Okay. Now, go to Making of Mountains and Molehills first. Right-click the drop-off location, set destination. Go to the window for balancing the books. Right-click Add Waypoint. If you use set destination, it's going to wipe out all of your previous waypoints. So making Mountains and Molehills first, then balancing the books, then right-click your Clellamon or whatever your career path station is, and add waypoint. Okay? And let me close all of this. And undock. Now, while you're out and about, I'm going to have you looking for a couple of extra things that you're going to need later in the business chain, in the industry and business chains. Let me actually get moving to Yellow Brick Stargate. So while you're moving, open up your regional market window. The first thing I'm going to have you look for are something called Cap Booster 25. So that's under Ammunition and Charges, Cap Booster 25. All right. Oh! It looks like they're available for sale directly in Clellamon. That's convenient. So you probably don't need to make room in your cargo hold for that. If you have a convenient situation like that, you're going to want to right-click. Hold on, let me keep moving.
Warp drive active.
You're going to want to right-click, buy this, and you're going to want 20 of them. The reason why will be explained next episode. Right? If you don't have a reasonable price for these things, if it's like more than 5 times the price, you could probably get it from somewhere else less expensive. One word of warning that I'll note to you. Thus far, we've been operating in high security space. If other players shoot at you unprovoked in high security space, the Concord police will show up to destroy them. This may not necessarily happen fast enough to save your ship, but the aggressors will be destroyed. This usually deters most attacks from other players in high security space. But if you wander out into low security space, there is no Concord police response, so other players will absolutely not hesitate to blow you to smithereens. Making detours to buy something is perfectly fine. Just be aware...
Drive active.
Making detours to buy things is perfectly fine. Just be aware that you don't want to make detours to low security space. So in your market window, go to the gear icon, show orders in, turn off low security. You don't have to worry about the null security checkbox, you can leave that on. The reason is the regional market is exactly that. It's a regional market. The market is segregated into regions. For Center for Advanced Studies, you'll probably be operating entirely in Verge Vendor for your new player experience and the career path missions. But Verge Vendor has its own market, Essence has its own market, Sync Liaison has its own market, The Forge has its own market, Domain has its own market, Metropolis has its own market, Hematar has its own market, so on and so forth. So the markets are segregated by region, and any given region is either entirely null security, in which case turning off this checkbox is going to hide the entire region's market from you, which is useless. Or it has no null security at all. It's just a mix of high and low security. So for a new player, I advise turning off low security, but leaving on the other two. That way you're not going to accidentally buy anything that's in a low security solar system. Now there are high security solar systems that are isolated from the rest of high security space. So if you do go to buy something and you set a course and some of the boxes on your route are orange or red, you're leaving high security space. Yellow is okay, green is okay, blue is okay. Those are high security. But any other colors, you probably want to do something different. Elme. Now, besides the Cap Booster 25s, you also want to track in computer I. And again, these names use Roman numerals, so that's the letter I, not the number 1. So tracking computer I, and if the cheapest price is back in your career path station, then just go ahead and buy it there. So in my case, the cheapest one is in Clelanon. So right-click the one lowest price in Clelanon, buy this, you're only going to need 1. But if you have significantly less expensive prices elsewhere, which in high security space by, say, a factor of 3, 4, or 5, you'll probably want to make a detour while you're out and about. So you can buy. So if the cheapest one were in Claquille, for example, then I could have selected right-click, location, add waypoint, or set destination. Let's see. This is the industry one. Yeah, okay. Now, in my particular case, the least expensive options were both in Clelanon, so I didn't have to make any detours whatsoever. But just so that you're aware of that, you're going to need those things.
Warp drive active.
So I think I'm going to call it for this particular episode. When I pick up on the next episode, we will get started with the remainder of the industry and business chains. All right. I'm Seamus Dunhu of Eve University. Thank you for watching.